So Texas has a really interesting race in the 21st district. So Mighty Mary Wilson is a candidate there. Now, nobody took her seriously because she was a little old grandma and didn't have much money. I'm going to tell you how much money she had in a second. And she was running up against some folks with some serious money, including an establishment candidate that you're going to be shocked to find out the Democratic Party was supporting instead. And by the way, in that race, Texas has 2 rounds of primaries. The first is gets you to a possible runoff. If anyone gets over 50% of the vote, there's no runoff, and they move on. But if someone does not have 50%, the top 2 vote getters move on to the second round. So there was also a Just Democrat in that race, Derek Crow. He came in third. He will not be moving on to the runoff. I was for Derek Crow because Just Democrats, I know, are uncorrupted. They don't take corporate PAC money and deeply progressive. But Mary Wilson beat Derek Crow, and she beat everyone else as well. So now the establishment has launched a terrible attack against her. This election is tonight. And so by the time some of you watch this, it might already be over. But once I tell you what's happening here, I get a pretty clear sense of who you're going to be rooting for. And if those of you watching live right now, first of all, if you haven't voted, for God's sake, somehow get to a voting booth and vote. No matter how you're voting, participate in the process. Primaries are the most important. But this gives you a sense not just of this race, guys. And the reason I give you this story is because of what it tells you about what the establishment is willing to do to progressives and what they actually stand for. So now, her opponent in this race was Joseph Kopser. Now, he's the guy who came in second. That's why they're going to go to a runoff. How much money did he spend in the first part of the primary? An overwhelming, unbelievable $600,000. Okay. How much did Mighty Mary Wilson spend? $39,000. So, well, I already told you the results, but here I'll give you the numbers. 30.93% of the vote went to Mary Wilson, and Kopser got 28.98%. She came in first. Now, they're having the runoff tonight, so we're going to see who wins overall. But he couldn't beat her with $600,000. He outspent her. Some estimates actually have that at 20 to 1, depending on how you count. But even at $600,000, it's still, what, a 15 to 1 advantage, at least? And he still couldn't beat her. So Democratic Party then calls Mary Wilson. And I was like, oh, well, look at this. Hey, keep an open mind. Maybe they're going to say, wow, she's an amazing candidate. Maybe we should switch over to her. One call, and then they're done, and they never call her back. No, they're still supporting Kopser. Now, one of the problems with, or issues with Kopser, is that he was a Republican. Now, look, I used to be a Republican, so I'm not going to hold that against him. He's a fan of Reagan, but, you know, when I was a kid, I was a fan of Reagan. Okay, but then I grew up. So, all right, so far, okay, still open mind. And he says, well, look, I changed, and I voted for the Democrats for a long time, since 1992. There's a couple of issues with that. There's actually no record of him voting in Democratic primaries. So we actually don't know if that's true at all. That's just him saying it. There's a second problem. He was on CNN in 2016, not 1986, in 2016 as a Republican who opposed Donald Trump. He says, nah, well, I mean, that wasn't a fair characterization of my position just 2 years ago. And besides which, do Mary Wilson and I actually disagree on the policies? Not really. So The Intercept looked into it, and it turns out, no, they do. They disagree. Mary Wilson's for Medicare for all. Is Kopser for Medicare for all? Nah, maybe like a Medicaid, not Medicare, Medicaid, a buy-in. It's just something nice and easy. You know, steady as we go. Do you think he's even going to fight for that? Okay. She's for tuition-free college so that all of your kids can have equality of opportunity. Is he for that? No. He's for a watered-down version of that. Shocking. When he was giving a speech during this campaign, he talked about how we're going to secure the border between us and Mexico. And somebody in the audience said, wait, are you sure you're on the right ticket? And he said, I'm on the American ticket. Okay, all right. But he's going to be aggressive. Is he going to fight for you guys if you vote for him? Well, let's go to his statements and find out. and this is what he brags about. He says, moderation and conversation will solve this problem, as well as people starting to put country over party. I believe that Obama tried moderation and conversation. How'd that turn out? Oh, you remember when all those Republicans flipped and said, man, Obama's so moderate, let's just agree to whatever he says. Oh my God, we had a beer summit, we had a conversation, I bet Obama's right. How'd that work out? So this is their strategy still in the year 2016. No, you know what that means? That means I'm just going to surrender to Republicans. And I'm going to be a moderate by voting with Republicans whenever they need my vote. And whenever they don't need my vote, I'll pretend to be progressive. He went on to say, I look forward to working with anyone who wants to work to solve our problems in a moderate, here we go again, thoughtful way to achieve a compromise we can all live with. This reminds me of Brent Welder's opponent in Kansas 3rd District. Brent Welder is another Justice Democrat. And his opponent's slogans are leading from the middle and the courage to compromise. Now, number one, that tells you these guys, they're never going to fight for you, period. Number two, even if you say, look, on the policies, I'm not that progressive or whatever, you somehow, for whatever reason, like this guy, okay, God bless your heart. But do you think that once he gets into office, he's going to vote with you on these policies? But if his answer is compromise and moderation, it's not going to work. Secondarily, or third of all now, as a matter of politics, do you think that drives people to the polls? We're in a general election. Now, Republicans have won this seat before. Do you think people go, oh, I can't wait to get out there and vote for the moderate? Let's go moderate. I don't think that's a winning political strategy, but we're not anywhere near the worst part. So it turns out that his organization did what is known as a push poll, okay? And the local Texas papers covered it. Now, how did they frame it for him, and how did they frame Mary Wilson? Now, they framed him positively. That's not surprising. That's normal, okay? So they explained poll respondents were presented with a glittering narrative about Kopser. They were asked if they agreed that it would be important for Democrats to have a candidate who's a 20-year military veteran and has been described by former President Barack Obama as a champion of change. Oh, Obama thinks he's for change. Wow, he must really be for change. Anyway, but look, they do a glowing assessment of him. They're the ones doing the poll, so-called poll, so it's okay, I get it. Here's the problematic part. When it came to Wilson, the poll profiled her as a lesbian minister and asked if Democrats should vote for her in the runoff, whether they think she can win in November. Why did you do that? So now you expect me to believe that you're not a Republican anymore and that you're a progressive and your positions are not that different than Mary Wilson's. But you're doing a push poll telling people, do you really want to vote for the lesbian? You really think she could win in November? And you know, these establishment guys, so often they play identity politics. Oh, you're a Bernie bro, and and you guys are all white. Someone tweeted yesterday to me that Nina Turner was a white bread bro. She's an African-American woman. No, it doesn't matter. That's a talking point that was drilled into my head, and I'm either a bot or I'm a real person who just consumed the talking point and just write it no matter what happens, right? But identity politics, I care a lot about it. Well, Mary Wilson's a wonderful person who served her community. She's a minister. She happens to be lesbian. All of a sudden, they turn it around and go, you really want to vote for the lesbian? Okay, by the way, is it absolutely confirmed? First of all, the papers confirm it. That's why they ran the story. And it's the San Antonio Express News, okay? Secondarily, though, you don't need that. Because when their campaign was asked about it, Kopser's campaign said, we have great respect for Mary and wanted to understand the extent to which the electorate finds her profile and message compelling. In other words, yeah, we told the people about her profile, which is being a lesbian minister, and we wanted to see if people found it compelling. Oh, that's really cute. This race is going to get decided tonight, and either we are going to win, real progressives, and people who are not going to serve the corporate donors, or they are going to win. The ones that are fake progressives that will give you no change whatsoever and that are backed up by millions of dollars in money from corporate donors and other powerful and elite. Primaries are everything. They are running these smear jobs all across the country, in California, in Hawaii, in Pennsylvania, in Texas, one after another after another. So we didn't start this fight. I hope to God we finish it. Young Turks. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.